lot of people are asking me, what do I do about the trauma of something that they've been through? No advice in the world or self-help book in the world. Not that's not true. I'm saying I don't have that capacity. But I think, like I said before, not only do you have the right, but you have an obligation to yourself to work that out with somebody who's professional and works in that. It's very important. Thank you, Sonia Castillo, for purchasing my book. I hope you enjoy it. I would like to know, when should I file for divorce if I know my husband is cheating but I don't have proof? Well, if you're in the United States, you don't need proof. You can file because you just want to end the marriage. So you don't need permission, you don't need proof, you don't need to catch him. You need to make a decision based upon what you want to do if you live in the United States. And then you find an attorney. You should always at least get counsel and talk to them about what the, it's just not about filing. You got assets, you got issues, you may have kids. You got to understand what all those things are implicated in divorce. But whether or not you can prove he's cheating is not one of them, because everything's no fault now. What do you have for an outwardly successful woman, career, image, care for others, who is struggling to love herself on the inside without the love being dependent on a significant other? Other than counseling, because I don't want to just say go to counseling, go to counseling, go to counseling. I would say decide to get interested in you, and then just do something that tickles you and something that you can get better at. I call that big picture better. I've always done big picture better. One time during a particularly stressful period of my life, a lot of crap was going wrong. I mean, a lot of crap was going on. And I went online and I decided to learn how to draw realistic looking eyes and something that looked like a three-dimensional sphere on a piece of paper. It did not make my problems go away, but what it did was it required me to concentrate. It allowed me to do something that I could improve on, which made me feel better about myself. And it allowed me to escape for the whatever half-hour time that I did that. And then I would go on and do something else and go on and do something else. It's not, to me, I've never had an epiphany in my life. I've never had a light bulb moment. I've never done a thing that has made everything better. But I've done a lot of little dumb stuff. A lot of little dumb stuff that keeps feeding whatever positive thing I need and starving the other stuff. A lot of little dumb stuff. I mean, building dollhouses as a grown woman. You just, learning to speak Russian and French, and, I'm not real good at any of it. But I've always fed my need to explore and get better at stuff. It's not frivolous. It sounds frivolous, but it's not. Is there any help for a single mom when her child's father is very abusive and he has anger and rage first? They are separated, but he's trying to get custody. That's a tough fight. You need to get a good attorney. You need to have positive people in your life and around you. You need to keep track of what's going on so that when you go to court, you have evidence and information. Stay strong and remember to have a life outside the divorce. I am planning a long road trip. I just purchased your book, Letters to Sally. Is it Audible? It's not on Audible yet. No, Letters to Sally. I don't know if or when I'm going to get to it. My Mother's Rules is on Audible, and I read it myself. What are your thoughts on online dating? I don't have any good thoughts on online dating because I was married in 1984, so online dating wasn't a thing, or was it just like a really young thing when I started out? I think that a lot of people do engage in online dating. I think it's something that you have to be very careful about. I mean, even in person, a person can can appear to be someone that they're not, but you give them in two dimensions, like, you could be, oh. So, I would not be cavalier, and I would not, about meeting them, and I would not get uber invested in someone you haven't met, you know? Do you think prenups are good? I do. How can I forgive myself for not being able to do everything everyone needs for me and stay stable emotionally? Don't, let me tell you something. Uh, V, I'm not going to say your name, I don't know whether, how can I forgive myself? You have no obligation to do everything for everybody else. You are a person with limited bandwidth. Everybody has emotional capacities, and if there was one thing I would just really love for women to do is let go of the guilt of not being everything to everybody all of the time. No one can do that. No one can do that. And I think that the best thing that I ever did for my sons was being an emotionally stable person. That's something. Let me tell you. When my first kid was 4 months old, my husband told me, and I took a 4 months, maternity leave. My husband told me, he said, you need to get to work because you ain't no fun to come home to. You've been home with the kids all day. Your best thing you can give them is emotionally stable mother. So it's not, it's like making withdrawals from the bank all the time. You never put anything back in, the bank is going to collapse. There's no good in having a collapsed bank. So you don't have to forgive yourself for not doing everything for everyone else. You have to applaud yourself for having the wisdom to have done it. Because if you would have had exhausted yourself, you would have been no good to anybody. So bravo to you for figuring that out and doing the right thing. Just don't let nobody think you feel guilty about it. Which of your books would you recommend to a dude? Make it My Mother's Rules. It has nothing to do with being a woman. It has to do with being emotionally intelligent, understanding how other people feel, understanding how you feel, and understanding how to command both how you feel and to direct how other people feel so you can get what you want from other people. What is your favorite book to read? I don't know. You see, I got a lot of books. And these are just the hard copies that made the move. Because every time we moved from one house to another, my husband made me get rid of half my books. My hard copies, and I also have a Kindle I love to read. One of my favorite books is The Last Line, about Winston Churchill, 3 volumes. Fantastic. Good book on Pol Pot. Another one. Uh-oh. I've loved this all my life. Dr. Seuss. I can't find the sleep book. Which was my favorite Dr. Seuss. When you turn the lights out, the number will be 9,920 something and 3. Oh my God, I love me some Dr. Seuss. I got that. I enjoy this. The collected works of Langston Hughes. Oh my God, I have such good stuff. Oh, yes. Let's see. Night by Elie Wiesel, and that one on FDR. I like books about Winston Churchill. I don't like books by Winston Churchill because his writing style to me is very tight. What's happening? I'm 23. I've been depressed lately, I believe. Well, listen, I said I was going to talk for half an hour. 47 minutes in, I now have a hoarse voice, and I'm still talking. Listen, I enjoyed being here on with you guys, chit-chatting live. I'm going to make a habit of it. It is my desire to do so. I appreciate you spending your afternoon with me. Not afternoon, it's evening. Good Lord. But thank you for coming. Thank you for talking. Thank you for your questions. I hope you enjoyed it. I know what I know. I share what I know and what I think. But I hope it's a springboard to something. I don't know, like, I'm coming to you with the solutions. No, I'm coming to you with the good questions. And you should trust yourself. And remember, my sister called me up and yelled at me about not knowing my worth today. So we all got something to learn. You guys have a fabulous evening. I'm not sure